Why baby boomers love aviation and airplanes. For baby boomers, airplanes were never just machines. They were miracles. They were proof that humans could cheat gravity, outrun distance, and turn dreams into aluminum, rivets, and roaring engines. To grow up in the mid-20th century was to grow up watching the impossible become normal, right in front of your eyes. One generation earlier, flying was rare and risky. For baby boomers, it was everywhere, and that made all the difference. Growing up. When the sky was new, baby boomers were born into a world still buzzing with the excitement of flight. Airports felt glamorous, pilots were heroes, stewardesses looked like movie stars. Boarding a plane wasn't routine, it was an event. People dressed up to fly. Families stood on observation decks just to watch airplanes take off and land. Kids pressed their faces against chain-link fences, staring at machines that looked like something from science fiction. The sky wasn't background noise. It was a spectacle. Aviation symbolized progress. Every new airplane promised speed, safety, and a future that felt brighter than the past. Boomers absorbed that optimism like jet fuel. The sound of power and possibility. Ask a baby boomer about airplanes, and they'll often mention the sound. The deep growl of propellers, the thunder of early jet engines, the way the ground seemed to vibrate when a plane took off. That sound wasn't annoying. It was thrilling. It meant motion, momentum, forward progress. In a world rebuilding itself, airplanes sounded like confidence. They told people, "We're moving forward, and nothing can stop us." That feeling stuck. A front row seat to history, baby boomers didn't just hear about aviation milestones. They watched them unfold. Planes got bigger, faster, higher, quieter, safer. Routes expanded. Travel times shrank. What once took days now took hours. For kids and teenagers, airplanes represented a shrinking world. Suddenly, distant places felt reachable. The planet felt connected. Flying wasn't just transportation. It was proof that humans could master complexity. And baby boomers grew up believing mastery was possible. Adventure without leaving the ground. Even for those who never became pilots, aviation offered something irresistible: imagined adventure. Just watching a plane climb into the clouds sparked stories. Where was it going? Who was on board? What awaited them on the other side? Airplanes turned geography into possibility. For a generation raised on road trips and paper maps, flight felt like teleportation. You could fall asleep in one world and wake up in another. That sense of wonder never really fades, the romance of flight. There was romance in aviation back then. Real romance, not marketing slogans. Airports were designed like monuments. Terminals felt grand. Cockpits looked mysterious. The act of flying carried dignity and drama. Pilots weren't anonymous. They wore uniforms that radiated confidence. They represented calm under pressure, technical skill, and quiet authority. For baby boomers, airplanes embodied professionalism done right. Even today, many still feel that pull, the belief that aviation represents the best version of human cooperation between mind, machine, and discipline. A mechanical marvel. You could understand, just like classic cars, airplanes appealed to baby boomers because they made sense mechanically. You could see the control surfaces move. You could understand lift, thrust, and drag. The physics were visible, not hidden behind software. For a generation that liked knowing how things worked, aviation felt honest. Planes didn't pretend to be simple, but they rewarded understanding. The more you learned, the more impressive they became. That respect for engineering runs deep. Cold War skies and national pride aviation also carried symbolic weight. During tense decades, airplanes weren't just transportation, they were statements of capability and innovation. Speed mattered, altitude mattered, precision mattered. For baby boomers, aviation represented national confidence and technological leadership. The sky became a stage where progress was measured in miles per hour and feet above sea level. Even civilian aviation benefited from that energy. Commercial flight felt like part of something bigger than yourself. You weren't just flying, you were participating in modern history. Why it still captivates them. Today, flying is routine. Airports are crowded, seats are smaller. The magic has faded for some, but not for baby boomers. They remember when flight felt miraculous, when takeoff made your heart beat faster, when turbulence felt like a reminder that you were defying nature. To them, airplanes still carry that original spark. They still look up when a plane passes overhead, still feel curiosity about where it's going, still admire the elegance of wings slicing through the sky.